So what I have here is a pretty basic spooling example, and everything is numbered sequentially. So you have 1, and then 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, right? Just like you would expect here. The challenge is, especially in the construction workflows, you have changes, right? And if it's a simple change to something that's existing, we can use modify spool. But what if it's an addition? If it's on the end of that sequence, this could just become 9, and that makes it easy. But when you have additions that are in the middle of that sequence, such as right here, maybe it's a sync drop piece of equipment, you actually have to have a change in number sequence all the way through that line, right, to reflect that addition. And we can actually accomplish this quite easily in eVolve using a little bit of creativity. So I'm just going to make a quick example here. First thing I'm going to do is add in a reducing T, as well as add in some content that I kind of made on the fly. And I'm going to use the connect tool just to connect this super quickly. And there we go. So now we have our example. And so once again, this is 6. I'd want this to then become 7, 7 to become 8, and so on down the line. And so what you can actually do here is define this spool as 6A, just to give it, still that 6 grouping, but just give it another value to then kind of put it later in that grouping. What you'll find though is you'll get this message that it has to end with a number. So just make sure to instead do 6A1, and then select those parts. And so now I have 6, 6A1, and 7. And then what I can do from here is go into Prefab Manager, and you'll see in this grouping I have 6, 6A1, and 7, and down the line. And what's important is this grouping is actually very important because it's going to control the order that this gets renumbered in. Now to do this, we can use rename spools, but before we jump into that, first I need to select all those spools I want to renumber. And I'm going to put my new value as my starting value, which is 1. Now I could tailor this a little more and only select here and down and just say start with 6. That works fine as well. I don't have to rename everything. But in this case, I'll just do that 1. Click OK. And now you can see I have a new spool named 9. So let's go kind of double check that. What we'll see is we have 5 like we originally had, 6, 7, 8, and 9. And just like I kind of explained earlier, if I was just to undo this, hop back in, I have 6A again, I can from here just go down the line here and do the same thing. Start with 6. And I get the same result. So as you can see, you have some options here when you run into those scenarios where those spools are being added right there in the middle of that sequence. And I hope this helps.